Hello there, buongiorno, and welcome. I'm Royce Pendergast. I'm an artist, writer, designer, and Star Wars fan who spends an awful lot of time looking at the live-action adaptations of once animated Star Wars characters. This video, we're looking at the Pykes, an alien often portrayed as gangsters. Okay, exclusively portrayed as gangsters, but their origins were a lot more honourable. Beginning life as a concept for an alien Jedi, it was repurposed for a new faction in the Clone Wars, with a hexagonal-shaped head and gangly limbs. Remember, this is the Clone Wars, a show with a slim, sharp-edged geometric style, so while very alien in appearance, this doesn't necessarily represent how they might look in reality. They were slated to appear in the cancelled video game 1313, but made their first live-action appearance in Solo. I didn't realise this fella was meant to be a Pyke. His hood and heavy robes do well to camouflage his physique, but his performance is suitably alien. While not seen, the Pyke face was designed, somewhat resembling the animated originals, but lacking a nose. This was carried over to the next appearance in the Book of Boba Fett, creating confusion to the unobservant, who would later mistake Cad Bane for one of their kind. This redesign has gone on to be depicted in the game Outlaws and the series Maul Shadowlord. Usually, I like to argue differences in depictions could be down to different ethnicities, different species sharing a common ancestry, or even cosmetic changes. But seeing as the established character of Marg Krim was subjected to this overhaul, the removal of their nose is definitely a retcon to the species' appearance. Or maybe Krim had a nose job. Either way, his mask in Shadowlord still has space in it for a now non-existent nose. There's no way to argue these two very different depictions are the same. One has simply replaced the other, meaning the Clone Wars has yet another example of aliens having noses more prominent than live action. My goal for this video is to bring both designs together, creating new appearances for characters since introduced that retains the elements of the old. Basically, I'm just going to give them noses. But firstly, the masked Pyke goons from Boba Fett could immediately be fixed with different gloves. Animated Pykes have 2 fingers and a thumb, and that could easily be achieved with 3-digit gloves for the performers. I mean, if a lower budget show like Doctor Who can manage it with full costumes for the 3 phalangeid Centaurans, surely a high budget Star Wars show could manage that with the Pykes. Performers of slimmer to average builds would help retain the alien physique. As for the face, it's not as simple as slap a nose on and call it a day. Adding one does change the structure of their entire face. I must admit, I'm fine with both designs on their own. I think the Pykes of live action are striking, but I don't at all associate them with the guys in the animation, or vice versa. Finding the similarities in the 2 different appearances created a harmony between the 2, even if it felt like a battle to get there. In my long adaptation video, when I talked about the Pykes, I mistakenly believed the animated versions all had opalescent eyes, but their colour apparently varies. I remember reading that Lom Pyke's eyes were this colour as a result of spice intoxication, but I can't seem to find that fact now. The orange markings around the mouth and chin was staining from the spice as well, even if the Shadowlord series mistook it for their natural coloration. However, the best example of what an accurate Pyke would look like can be found in the source. The original concept by David Hobbins does play tricks with the eyes, but the stubby nose and mouth are present. I can see how the nose at this angle might be mistaken for a mouth, and I wonder if this artwork informed the Pyke designs down the line. And while the head is rounder, more football-shaped, in the edgy geometric style of the Clone Wars that renders Christopher Lee as a knife, a hexagon is a natural shape for a rounded head to end on. To finish off, here's a few renditions of the various Pyke characters, from Lom to Marg and Gorak. It's a bit sad really, the original Pyke design was disregarded in favour for this new one. It's such a dramatic shift, it's like if Wookiees were changed to look like the Sats, because people couldn't figure out the hair. The original designs still exist in canon, for now, but if there's one thing I hope we see in the future, it's a Pyke who's a good guy for once. But what do you think? Here's a few more sketches I did for this project. But anyway, thank you for watching. I'm Royce Pendergast, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.